children, so this video is going to be the most important video for you if you are someone who is preparing for KCET examination, which is landing on 16th and 17th of April this year. So you know what, I know that you guys might be putting a lot of efforts into studying a lot of things right there, trying to complete your syllabus, trying to solve a lot of questions and things like that. But how do you feel when even after doing hard work you end up doing silly mistakes? At the end you are losing marks, right? And do you want to repeat that? Obviously not, right? So this video is going to be about those mistakes which you could probably make on the day of your examination and lose your marks into it. So 95% of you might make this mistake if you probably are not going to watch this particular video. Obviously this video is not just about me talking for minutes. No. It's about something really useful for you if you're someone who is preparing for the exam. Remember, KCET is not just about having enough amount of knowledge, but also about having a perfect strategy. Okay, so I am going to talk about that, and if you are ready, okay, if you're ready to ace KCET, just comment down in the comment section that I am going to ace KCET, or you just say I will ace KCET 2025 by not making these mistakes out there. So starting with the first mistake which is there, my dear children, it is prioritizing PU1 and PU2 equally. Do you think in the question paper you get both 11th content and 12th content together in the same numbers? No, it's not 50-50 ratio, my dear children. Always understand that PU2 has more amount of questions coming off from it. So ma'am, what is the strategy for it? If not this, then how can we basically rectify this? Focus on PU2 chapters. Obviously everyone says that, yeah. Now when you're focusing on PU2 chapters also, you have to make sure you are starting off with high priority chapters which could give you straight great marks. Okay, so we have all made a video of what are the chapters in high priority order to low priority order. So please go watch it, okay, if you have not watched it, or if you have no idea. Children, if you have idea, don't need to watch it, okay, because there might be wastage of time. We do not want that to happen to you, yeah. So please prioritize them in the order of priority. Obviously, you know that as well. Now, what about PU1 chapters? So later you can focus on high priority chapters of PU1 and solve questions related to what? Untouched chapters. Now here comes something that I want to tell. Lots of children have asked, okay, have repeatedly asked us, should or can we skip PU1 chapters? I will say, if you are someone who is looking for a really great rank, okay, if you are someone who want to end up in a very good college with a great rank, I would recommend you do not skip PU1 chapters. Rather than that, since you do not have time to read through the entire chapter, probably you can do one thing. Go in the Google and search for mind maps of these chapter. Go in the Google and search for mind maps of this chapter, and you can just have a read of what is happening. It's like a summary of what things are there. Okay, and now what do? Basically, PU1 chapters, there are no many previous questions. Okay, very less amount of previous year questions are there. Take the book of previous year question and practice and start solving. So what say, read a mind map, start solving questions. Read a mind map, start solving questions. There are no much questions, my dear children. Hardly 10 or 8 or 11 questions might be there per chapter. And I don't think that's a great deal. Within one day also, if you try, you can at least finish off the high priority chapters. Yeah, you can finish off the high priority chapters. Now for the next chapters which are left, okay, you can just refer to the mind maps if needed, if you do not have time. I do not want to pressurize you, but please make sure you're focusing on your PU2 chapters. So just to summarize what's there over here, how you can rectify, focus on PU2 chapters. PU2 chapters also, you should not start from low priority chapters, but from high priority chapters. It's high time, you just have few days left, right? So we'll start off with high priority chapters, yeah, and then we'll go with the low. But we have to complete the whole PU2 syllabus. There should be no skipping. There should be no skipping of PU2 chapters. Now, what PU1 chapters? Again, start off with the high priority chapters for each subject. Yes, okay, do it properly. Do it properly. You can show what master stroke we have put, master stroke one-shot videos. Put it in 2x speed, watch it, try to solve questions. Now, for the other chapters, you can go refer the mind maps, which is available there in the Google and things like that. Yeah, you can easily find it. Now, go read the mind map or at least read the summary of the chapter. Try to solve the questions which have come the previous year. Previous year questions. At least it will be like you have done something from that particular chapter. Do not skip it if it's possible. Okay, I would not recommend you to skip it, but if it's like you have not completed PU2 chapters, how can I do this? Then it's okay. You do not have an option because PU2 is on priority. Okay, you can go ahead with that. I hope that solves up this particular problem. I know you have very few days left and you might be thinking, how can we cover all of this? It's okay. Calm down. Okay, make a proper plan and work accordingly. Probably there could be certain days where your sleep might be compromised. I am not someone who advocates for that. I strictly hate sacrificing your sleep, but yes, for few days probably we have to make, like, if you're sleeping for 8 hours, make it 7 or 6 hours for very few days. Yeah, but and make utilization of that. It's not like you are not sleeping and you're not studying also. Do not do that. Children, have a goal in your head. Okay, ma'am, I want to get into this particular college. For this, I want this many marks, and for that, I have to give my best. Think like that, and I am telling you, you would be able to do it. So this is the first mistake of prioritizing PU1 and PU2 equally. Do not do that. I hope I could help you. Okay, now not practicing previous year paper. Now this is a second mistake that most of you do. So what you should be doing instead, remember, okay, KCET is mostly about repetition of concepts. If you have seen question, there are so many concepts which are being repeated again and again. So like questions are not repeated. Obviously, they won't be repeating the questions, making it too easy for you. But there might be repetition of the concepts, and on the same concept there might be questions. Now you should be solving previous year questions of KCET itself, not of JEE. Some people go attempt JEE papers and try to go for a KCET examination. You know what, JEE is much more difficult examination, and KCET is considered to be a basic version of it. And I'll tell you, some people know the difficult thing but do not know the basic stuff. We tend to forget the basic stuff. Okay, so I would recommend you, please solve previous year question papers of KCET itself, not of anything else. Now, it is recommended that you have to go solve at least 10 past papers, but still you do not have time. You know that, right? So let's restrict ourselves to at least 5 papers. At least 5 papers. Again, why I am telling you is that, again, you are doing chapter wise PYQs and things like that. It will give you a concise idea of how things work. Okay, you can sit with this PYQ, you can sit with this paper, sit for 60 minutes and try to solve and see how many marks are you going to get. Okay, and always make sure whenever you are doing, suppose children, you could not do 5 previous year paper. You could do just 3, but do that properly. Whenever you are doing a question paper, make sure after 60 minutes you're stopping and you are utilizing at least 30 minutes for analyzing what mistakes you did. Write it in an error book. Okay, it takes hardly 10 minutes to write in an error book. Okay, and I'm telling you, it's not like you're doing a fancy thing. No, it will definitely help you. You are not going to repeat the same mistake again on the day of examination. So do you want to actually afford that 1 or 2 marks, or probably just do this, afford losing that 1 or 2 marks, or probably just do this? Yeah, it will be really helpful for you, I feel. So if you are someone who have some motivation to go ahead with 5 papers, please go ahead with 5 papers. Do it in a proper manner, 60 minutes for each paper, okay, and do it properly. Now, suppose you do not have time, go, at least do 3. Okay, at least if you are someone who feels that my whole syllabus is left and things, at least 2-3, but do it properly, have an error book, write it there religiously and follow this. I am telling you, it is really gonna help you guys. Okay, so please practice previous year question papers. Now, relying too much on tricks, that is a third mistake. So I see lots of people asking for tricks for this and tricks for that. You know what? Obviously, yes, tricks are good. Okay, Ankit sir has put up some tricks. That's fine. But to a limit, you have to follow all these things that are up there. If you're just relying on tricks, my dear children, it will be difficult for you. Why, you may ask? I'll tell you. Shortcuts help, but without understanding, they can lead to what? Silly mistakes. So you felt that this is a shortcut, I'll be using it. But suppose the paper, so question pattern has been changed, it is twisted and given to you, my dear children. If you do not have understanding of the concepts, do you think that this particular trick would be working? I am not saying that I am against trick. No, tricks are really helpful. But relying too much on tricks and not having the understanding of what is there behind a question, my dear children, could lead you to trouble. So please make sure you have a balance between your understanding and also the usage of tricks that you are doing. Okay, and my dear children, you are going to do really good. A constant reminder for you, I have to tell you that you are going to do good. You have to imagine yourself winning up KCET examination, landing up to the best college that you are in. Yeah, and as I said, if you're ready to ace KCET, write it right away in the comment section that I will ace KCET 2025. Okay, that should be your determination. That shows your determination, and I want to see that. Now going ahead with the fourth one, not taking enough amount of time, okay, finishing it as SAP. Now, not taking mock test seriously. I know that most of you might be knowing that you should be doing mock test, but I'm telling it again because it is of that much importance. Okay, ma'am, you're saying PYQ, you're also saying mock test. Yes. When you're practicing question, why can't you practice question from PYQs and probably have a test run on yourself of your understanding by giving a mock test? Okay, now over here, taking mock test gives an idea of your strategy for time management. This is the thing. I told you, KCET is not just about what? Your knowledge. It's also about your strategy. So, I am telling you, just like you guys, there might be so many children out there having the same amount of knowledge that you are having. What makes the difference? The strategy that they use. Okay, probably they might be able to solve questions faster than you. Okay, more accurately than you and things like that. Probably they are someone who are going to keep calm on the day of examination and you are not. So basically, how do you maintain that? How is it like a process like, okay, I'll be calm. I think like that and I'll be calm. No, you practice this. Okay, you have to practice calmness, and for that you have to put yourself under situations like that, under exam like condition, and mock tests are the best things, okay, for that particular training. So taking mock tests gives an idea of your strategy for time management. So have a strict alarm that right there and try to attempt all the questions without peeping around here and there. Just like how you are going to do on the day of examination, you will see how much improvement you could feel at the end of these many days after doing mock test. So I'll recommend you to take at least 2 mocks per day. As in, for example, today you're taking physics and chem, just like that you would have on the day of examination as well, right? And it also gives you an idea that, okay, for these many hours I gave physics, and now for 60 minutes I gave physics, and then 60 minutes I have chemistry, and between this I put the same gap just like how you have on the day of your examination as well. This gives you a real-time idea of how things would be working out. Sometimes because your physics paper didn't well, you might mess up around the chemistry paper as well. So when I say that you are going to attempt mock test, it's not just about having the question practice, but it is also about what? All the different type of strategies, how you are going to face different questions, how you are going to face difficult situations like this when one paper does not go well, but another you still have to try. Okay, all of it you will get an understanding when you sit for that. So please make sure you're sitting for at least 2 mocks per day, 60 minutes of your time. Okay, 2 hours of your time on mock test is very important. And if you're someone who is finding difficulty in finding a good mock test, I am recommending you our Abhyas KCET mock test, my dear children, not for promotional reasons, but for the reasons that big teachers who have been teaching for KCET for so many years have made up those papers, and I feel it's really going to be helpful for you guys. So if you're someone who is looking out for mock tests, the link is there in the description box. Do check it out. If you have any queries related to that, you can let us know in the comment section as well. Okay, so there are full length and part test, as in full length as in full paper will be there, part test as in what do you call it, half of the syllabus with 60 questions would be there. Okay, so I'll suggest you, if you have already taken Abhyas, if you do not have time, then please go ahead with the full length papers. That would be really helpful for you guys, okay, for having a real time idea. So please take mock test seriously, and with that I'll come to one more point, that is improper time management. This is one big consequence of not having mock test, okay, not having mock test. So improper time management is basically you are going to spend too much time on tough questions instead of moving ahead, and this can actually lower down your score. So again, as I said, if you're not giving mock test, you do not have an idea of the time management. So you might be stuck in one particular question thinking that, oh, I know this concept, why I'm not able to do, I just read it. Array, it's okay. You read it, but are you able to do it now within 30 seconds? No, you are not able to do it within 30 seconds. You are not getting any clue of it. Leave that question. Go ahead with the next question. go ahead with the next question. Mark it somewhere that, okay, I have to revisit this question, but do not spend too much time on it. I'll tell you, so I was interviewing Siddhi, the previous year student that we had, okay. So Siddhi said that she saw questions from out of the syllabus. In the previous year it came, this year it won't be happening, okay, and that made her very, tense. Okay, she was tense that, okay, I am finding questions which is not working well for me. She was not calm, and then later on she said that, okay, I have to keep it aside and I have to move on. Similarly, it's not just Siddhi, it can be Siddhi, Siddharth, Rahul, Rakesh, anyone out there, my dear children, anyone among you also. You could also face those situations. So I would recommend you, whenever you find a question which is difficult, do not spend more than 30 seconds into it. Move on to the next question. You can come back to it later on. Remember, this exam is just for 60 minutes and you have to utilize proper timings, right? You have to utilize your timings properly. 1 minute for one question, that is the thing, okay. So 30 seconds, you didn't get the idea, move on, come back to it later on. You still have 30 seconds left for that question. You probably can do it, and there's no negative marking, so it will be really good. Even if you do not know, please attempt it as well. So please, that is also a mistake. Children tend to not attempt the questions, okay, that is a mistake. Please attempt all the questions. There is no negative marking in KCET examination. Moving ahead with the next thing, ignoring NCERT. My dear children, if you have 10,000 books around you, please keep it aside. You just have few days left. Please focus on your NCERT, especially when it comes to subjects like biology and chemistry. Okay, especially when it comes to biology and chemistry, have your MTG fingertips and things like that where you can practice more questions. But your NCERT should be something that should be there with you throughout your KCET journey. I know for different subjects it might differ again, okay. So few children said me that exemplar is also good for mathematics and things like that. Yes, you can have, but do not have multiple books, a stack of books. You look at them, you feel tensed. Okay, so please make sure you are focusing more on your NCERT, because KCET questions are heavily based on it, especially as I said in subjects like chemistry and biology. In biology, the one line comes out from it. Any biology crowd over there? I see so less crowd. So basically, these are the things that I wanted to tell you. These mistakes are things that you should be definitely avoiding, and I'm pretty sure that you are going to take up my suggestion. You are going to rectify all the mistakes. You are going to have another book. Take it seriously. These are the few days that is left in front of you, my dear children, and if you give your best, where do you land up? In the best college out there. So are you ready to give your best? I hope you're ready to give your best. Do let me know in the comment section if you're actually ready. Okay, I will be really happy to see if I could help you. Now, no more talking. Just wishing you all the best for your preparation, my dear children. We'll see again each other. Yes, and do not forget to like the video. Do not forget to share the video with friends who are in need, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet. And please be happy. Everything is going to be really good. Bye-bye. Take care.